Good morning. Today is a Saturday morning. So I was really glad when I came into the hall at 9 a.m. I saw the audience already there for the event at 9:30. So that was something which was very, very encouraging. So I should really say that first, that the interest in the subject and yes, the initiative taken by all of you is something I would first of all say thank you for. And with respect to the DPDP Act, I think there is a lot that is spoken. So I would like to welcome you today to understand from people who are in the industry, people who are the judiciary. I'm the advocate dealing in this subject as to, what are the nuances, what are the challenges that you're going to end up facing and how you can combat that. That is exactly what I have also encapsulated to a great extent in my recently authored book on the Indian Data Protection Act. It's more of a practical guide on how you can implement the act. With respect to why I wrote this book, now there is a lot of misnomer about the nature of the act. So since the act was enacted, there has been so many questions, so many, you could say, doubts in the minds of the people. A lot of times about, maybe the government is going to misuse your data, maybe there are third-party organizations which are trying to capture your data. What is the entire agenda behind this act? Now, honestly, if you give a very, very clear understanding to the Act and a reading of the book and the Act, you will come to understand that the Act is actually a need of the hour today. Why do I say that? That's not just to say that it is a need of the hour, but it was very hurriedly implemented and hurriedly enacted. There was a very clear reason for that. Do you notice that there is a lot of profiling happening for the last 10 years? So when you started using shopping apps, when you started using social media, the profiling was very harmless. So I'll give you a very simple example I think most of you can relate to. Like, I went into a shop to buy a shoe of a particular brand. The moment I bought the shoe, the next morning, when I open a social media application that I view, I see a competitor brand offering the same shoe at some form of a discount or something of that nature. Now, I have not posted anything. I'm a very private person. I do not post, apart from professional things, anything on social media. So how is it that this competitor brand, within a span of 6 to 8 hours, has come to know that I have visited the store of a particular brand and I have purchased a particular shoe? So the alternative it is showing me to that shoe is also exactly the shoe that I have purchased. So how does this exactly work then? Yes, we can see you here. So how exactly does this organization know that I have purchased this particular shoe, let's say of pink color or blue color? That's through your geolocation tracking. Now, that's something which is quite scary. When it's very, very harmless, it's very simple that, okay, my choices are being preferred, what I'm doing, I'm getting better options, the marketing is good, I'm getting a variety to choose from, I'm being understood by the platform or by the brands. But what's the dangerous part of it? You're being very minutely monitored at every point of time. Many of you may have heard the news about WhatsApp. So as a matter of fact, there have been certain cases reported even when you are not using WhatsApp, your microphone is still recording. The same thing with Alexa of Amazon. There was a TV, a smart TV, not of now generation smart TV. There was about a TV, I won't name the brand again, but it was all over the news about 7 to 8 years back when there was a camera put on the TV. It was supposed to be a smart TV, two-way camera which was there. You could use it as a computer for video casting and also for viewing, talking to people. And one of the most strange things that was happening is that the camera was also recording and viewing you at every single point of time. So when suddenly we are talking about data, we are talking about profiling, the challenges coming up is complete lack of privacy. Now, is it only the lack of privacy which is a matter of concern? Not really. But where your data being collated for organized crimes, data being collated for cyber crimes, data being collated for extortions, data being collated for a plethora of crimes that can be committed against you. That's where the entire issue starts. Apart from that, yes, a lot of war-based crimes, a lot of geographical information, political information that gets collected, which even nation states can use against each other. So suddenly you're looking at big tech companies, you're looking at all these organizations which are profiling you, collecting your data, and putting you at a very high amount of risk. And it's in light of this that the Indian Data Protection Act comes in. So yes, the act was enacted in a very hurried manner by the government in the light of a geopolitical situation globally that was warming up, taking place right now, quite warmed up. So all these things are something that have to be considered when we are talking about privacy and data protection. And as organizations, when you're dealing with people's data, you understand whether it's a mobile number, a name, an address, anything. Eventually, a compromise at your end can lead to the compromise of the safety and the security of the individual. So that's exactly the reason why the penalties are so high, like 20 crores for a breach. Now, even the EU GDPR doesn't have that. It has a percentage of your turnover. The Indian law is talking about a blanket. So irrespective, you may be a startup, you may be a big organization. So you have to comply. So up to 20 crores, different instances, different kinds of penalties that are being discussed, formulas for implementation of these penalties. So the reason this is being given so much importance is because individual safety is at concern and is at risk over here in case organizations fail to protect your data. So here it's very important to understand why I wrote this particular book, because of the nature of subject. Today, a large number of people don't value their data. In India, we freely give out our data. However, it's very important for individuals to understand that, and more than that, for organizations to understand that when you are dealing with data, you're dealing with people. You have to be highly responsible. Today, you may not have done anything, let's say, to cause loss, financial loss or loss of life to anybody else, but unknowingly, your organization could have been the actual point from where somebody's loss of life, loss of money, loss of reputation, so many things could have stemmed. So with this, I would like to welcome all of you to this conference and book launch, and to a lot more discussions that are going to happen in this event further. Thank you.